Hello there everyone, this is lavoncason here, back at it again with another YouTube video. And I found an interesting article from my Nintendo News. Basically, the Nintendo president is hinting at more support for the 2017 Nintendo Switch. Yes, this Nintendo Switch right here. So as you guys will be seeing the article right now, Nintendo president hints they're preparing to continue support for original Switch. Speaking to investors, Nintendo president has hinted to them that it plans to maintain support for the Nintendo Switch while consumers dithered about whether to upgrade. Nintendo Patents Watch says that they suspect that Nintendo's acquisition of Shiver Entertainment and their investment in Forever Entertainment were a part of the plan to further extend original Nintendo Switch support. It is important to expand the entire software business instead of focusing only on Nintendo Switch 2 software. Encourage people to transition to Nintendo Switch 2 at their own pace. Increase the Nintendo Switch 2 install base over the medium to long term. Alright, so here's how I feel about this. Honestly, I don't see Nintendo porting games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, the new Star Fox game. I don't see them porting Mario Kart World to the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, do not expect, the exclusive Nintendo Switch 2 games to come on this Nintendo Switch. Do not expect that. However, do expect, ports and remasters to come on this Nintendo Switch. So let me give you guys an example. So I can see Nintendo porting, Twilight Princess HD and, Wind Waker HD onto the Nintendo Switch that came out in 2017. And then, if you play it on the Nintendo Switch 2, you get 4K support. I could see stuff like that happening. I could see that. I still can see, indie developers and third-party developers, porting their smaller games to this Nintendo Switch right here. But if you want to get, that new 3D Mario, that new next big 3D Zelda, then you will have to get a Switch 2. You will have to. Nothing more, nothing less. Really, what I think Nintendo should do is make that Nintendo Switch 2 Lite, make that, $350 or whatever, or $400. It'll probably be $400. Or they can also make a Nintendo Switch 2, TV, Nintendo Switch 2 Home. Basically, it'll be a Nintendo Switch 2 dock-only device that is, $350 or whatever. And those products right there will allow people to transition to the Nintendo Switch 2 at a much quicker rate because of the fact that those products are cheaper. Because it lowers the entry, the barrier of entry, to the Nintendo Switch 2 ecosystem. If you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, that's what I think pretty much when it comes to extended Nintendo Switch support at this point. Obviously, they'll keep the eShop open. They'll still get indie games. They'll probably get smaller Nintendo games. But as far as, getting that 3D Mario or that next big Zelda game, you're going to have to get a Switch 2. You will have to get a Switch 2. But how do you guys feel about this Nintendo Switch still getting support? Let me know in the comment section below of this YouTube video. This is lavoncason signing out. In peace and thanks for watching. And bye.